Beat it up.
In the house today, we want to bring him on. He's a brother of ours. I've known him for quite long time. I like to say that I was personally involved in his rise to seriosity in this shit. You understand what I'm saying?
And I was on the side looking from across the street. You know what I mean? That's like the corner.
He's the hardest. He's one of the hardest working MCs in the game.
I agree.
He definitely the hardest working MC that I'm actually friends with and shit. Like this nigga goes. He got about 16, 17 albums out right now, or he's working on the 16th and 17th album right now. Ain't nobody doing that right now. You understand what I'm saying? He put out 3 last year. So without no further ado, I'm talking about my brother, my fellow boot campion, Mr. Ruste Juxx, King of Crown Heights.
Yes.
Good, man.
What to do, Rustolium?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
What's up, bro?
Hey, yo, what's good, man? Yo, you know, somebody asked me in the interview recently. They was like, "Yo, so you never officially a boot camp member, right?" I was like, son, I'm the 9th member of boot camp, man. Talk about, man.
Absolutely,
the 9th member, man. But they,
listen,
you know, they just want to say you boot camp affiliate.
Right. I don't know. Like, I know in the earlier days of boot camp, like I know most people only know about the grade 8 or whatever, you know what I mean? But they don't really realize that we went so much deeper than that. You know, we had Ruste Juxx, we had Doc Holliday, we had the representative, Illinois, and every one of these niggas would have blew your head off lyrically, like on some real shit, like, you know what I mean? Serious, but it's a thing with the game. It's like with every movement that I've ever seen in the game, it's like only like the first 4 or 5 acts really get that shine, and that inclusion. People like, yo, that's them. By the time it get around to the next act, niggas is waiting for the new Buckshot album or the new Wu-Tang album or the new Method Man album, or, you know, by the time we got the Drag On album, it was like, nah, we need another DMX album. You know what I'm saying? With respect to whoever the 5th and 6th and 7th members were, like they were some of the dopest dudes in the world, like Inspector Deck. You know what I mean? So that, you know, like that kind of segues into what we're talking about, because I think that's partially a label thing. You understand what I'm saying? It's like I think a lot of times, I don't know if it's the people just don't have the attention span for it, or is it that the labels only like, these is what we give a fuck about, the rest of y'all niggas whatever, you know, we're not gonna go. I don't really understand. So
I think it gets watered down after, you know what I mean, after the Black Moon and the Smith Wesson and the Method Man and the Raekwon Purple Tape, you know, they 4 or 5 deep already, so you know, it's gonna be hard for the 5th, 6th, and 7th. You know what I mean? Kind of get watered down, you know, because you gotta remember, these things going for years. It's not just like the Wu-Tang thing. That went on for like 2 years before they got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
GZA album came out like 5th or something like that, 4th or 5th or something like that, and it still went gold. But like, you had Sons of Man, you had Deck, you had you know, you had all of these dudes, you know what I'm saying? And what was your experience like, you know what I mean? I mean, touching on the question that you just asked us, I mean, what you just now said to us, that somebody asked you, like, are you a member of boot camp? You know what I mean? Like, is that something you had to go through a lot during your journey? Like, people feeling like you wasn't really, or, you know, you had to balance.
No, but I used to see, you know, like I'm always reading, you know, what people say in comments or just, you know, just what they be writing on Twitter, Facebook, and shit like that. And they would always say, boot camp affiliate Ruste Juxx and shit. And I never, you know, I ain't never give a fuck about that, because I'm affiliated with boot camp. That's where my fan base started from, Duck Down. You know what I'm saying? Being with Sean Price, being on Helter Skelter albums, and you know, being on Duck Down projects and shit. That's what it is.
Right.
But then as I kept going and putting out more music and more shit, then people started saying, yo, I love Boot Camp, man. I love Helter Skelter, Rusty Juxx. You know, they started putting my name in there. I see that now.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
I mean, as they fucking should be.
Yeah.
As they should be. Like, I mean, I honestly, in my own personal, I probably shouldn't say this for the public, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I thought it out already. You know what I'm saying? It's like as far as like with Boot Camp, like I said, it was a lot of people that came in that, you know, that were Boot Camp that people don't know about, but it was also a lot of people who didn't make it to, you know, to be Boot Camp that wanted to be Boot Camp. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it was dudes that was rhyming with us or whatever before all of the, you know, before it all happened, and they didn't make it across the finish line with us. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I mean, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, you was one of the special ones. You know what I mean? I always said that like Rusty came to us through my cousin, but yeah. I'm a weird nigga.
It was really like Helter Skelter's like first manager.
Yeah, he was kind of. Yeah, he was close to Helter Skelter's. He was like our man. He was like
your first manager, and then he found you another manager, which is like,
yeah, he was. You know what I mean? He managed us to a manager.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, managed to get us
and a manager. All of that really got us to Duck Down, to drive all that.
Partially, but you know, it was because like we was doing our thing. The manager that he found us, you know, we was able to put out some music, you know, not put out, but record some music. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we made some dope shit, and you know, we was able to play it to Duck Down or whatever, even though
that demo, right?
Even though it was, you know, Duck Down was our mans in them already, but it still was like, this is still the business. You still gotta, you know, when they heard that, they was like, oh nah, this is serious. Like it was
that wasn't really our mans and stuff, man. Like
Buckshot was still man though.
Right. We
understand what I'm saying. But the point I'm saying is like Steel was already our man. Like that was my man. Like I was already running with Steel from, you know, when like it wasn't a song I did that Steel wasn't going to hear. But long story short, you know, that link to them, this same cousin of mine brung us Rusty Juxx. One day he was like, yo, I got this nigga, right? This nigga is crazy. Like, he remind me of, he was talking all kind of Rakim shit. You know, he remind me of, all right, Errol, all right, pump your brakes. All right, whatever, Errol. All right, we gonna listen. You ain't gotta say the nigga's another Rakim and all that, right? You ain't gotta go that. But son, you never heard, like I had never heard nothing like this. Like, I mean, you had like your voice is in the same family of a Rakim, but your shit was just so aggressive. You know what I mean? Yeah. And your shit was just so consistent. I never heard somebody say like regular bars so hard.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You could the bar could be, I'm going to the store. You're like, hey, I'm going to the store. That should be, and it don't feel overdone though.
Yeah, you gotta know which words to emphasize on and shit, right?
You got a gift, son.
Rusty, it's more than just, you know what I'm saying? It's more than just that, man. It's like
that's a small part of it right there. Right. Go ahead, elaborate, brother.
You passionate about what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, it's like you coming behind Sean Price, man. So you gotta have some kind of confidence or something like that. He's flowing, and just him having confidence in you, you know, because that I know this dude that he calls everybody trash.
Everybody,
nobody can rhyme. You know what I mean? And you know it too. So it's like for you to come up and people have come up under Sean Price before, but not do what you done.
Right.
You know, we have people come from the Sean Price camp.
Right.
And not do what Rusty Juxx done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So really, I wish you was like you would have came up earlier, because I know you would have pushed me to probably do some other shit and all that stuff. Yeah. So I wish you would have came earlier than what you came, bro. Because you came like at the end of everything. You would have sparked a whole new everything, man. You know what I'm saying?
I see how that makes sense.
Right, for real.
See how that makes sense.
That shit was still perfect. It was still perfect timing for me, man, because I was already a fucking big fan of the whole camp. Like I heard all of y'all shit, you know what I mean, back to back, man. And I was already a big fan. So when Errol brung that nigga, when Errol brung Sean through, I never forget that shit, man, because that was when he had cut his dreads already. And he came through and son had his foot out the window and shit, like on the passenger side and shit. I was like, yo. And he you know what I mean? He got out the car, we was talking, and I just started spitting for him and shit. And that was it, and that was history right there.
Right. Like I let me go on the record. I didn't have much to do with it other than Errol being my cousin. You understand what I'm saying? Like it was a connection that P had to son instantly. You know what I mean? And then and if you I'm sure Strang knows this, and Rusty, if he couldn't tell, he could tell in the beginning, you know, from when he first started coming around or whatever, like, you know, I was a different version of myself than I am now. You know what I mean? Like I didn't communicate as well as I do now. Like, you know, I wasn't as nice to strangers and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, me, that was the same way, man. I probably was like, man, fuck Rusty Juxx, man. I don't care who that nigga is. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like that, man. I'm a gentleman.
No, Strang was a piece of shit. I just was a grump. You know what I'm saying? I was grumpy as shit.
That's probably a little bit of jealousy and a little bit of I don't give a fuck who you is, man. Right, but you know, just a little bit of both. But once I heard it, and I know who Rusty Juxx was.
I never felt none of them vibes, man, from nobody, man. I just knew I was new. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't know y'all like that, so I knew that shit I had to get that shit time to grow, and you know what I mean. And that shit. But the respect was there, like
it was there.
As soon as your joint hit, it's like, nah, yo.
Like on some real shit. On some real shit. I don't know how you got it as easy as you got it with us. Like you didn't go through.
Nah, I got all the jokes though. I was getting cracked on. I was got jokes, but I got all the jokes. And I was younger than y'all, so I used to get one of them. What the fuck is you know? Like I was saying shit that y'all knew that I ain't know.
You definitely got all the skinny jokes before you got your weight up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you know, skinny boys for life, nigga. You already know that.
He left. He ain't down with us no more.
Skinny boys.
He ain't down with us. You know what I'm saying? But like, there was a time when we used to go on the road and we used to beat the shit out of each other. You understand what I'm saying? And we used to be on our WCW NWO shit, and me, Ruck, Strang, and Doc was running around abusing everybody. Like we had an alliance, and wasn't nobody like it was the strongest alliance. So Dog, Louisville, like Logic, Drew, Eddie Machete, like we.
Buck Flair, the smoking gun, the second still.
Smith and Wesson was the smoking like the four horsemen of Starang, Rock, and Doc was problematic, right? And you didn't have to go through none of that, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm glad I missed that part right there.
That's why I said I wish you would have came earlier. Like I swear.
To Monsta Mondayz Podcast. Please join us every Monday from 8 to 10 p.m. West Coast time and 11 to 1 a.m. East Coast time. Every single Monday, Monsta Monday on the Dash app. Also, check out these awesome shows from the rest of our podcasting family. Funny Farm, East New York Radio, All Elements Mix Show, The Star Power Collective, La Cosa Nostra Radio, 5150 Mix Show, Block News Live, Vinyl Coffee Mix Show, and hidden gems. Check them all out under the delicious vinyl radio station.